Welcome to another movie plot and enjoy the memories. We open nearly 1,000 years ago at the home of the King of Persia. He rubbed out the most sinister-looking genie to feed his starving population and now makes his second wish. Nothing about the Djinn's appearance says that a vague request like wanting to see wonders won't come with some regrettable caveats. The palace descends into a living nightmare as people mutate into notable works like Man Sealed in Wall and Mouthless Tree Lady, as well as the crawling snake lady who's actually rather polite, and some dude's skeleton that climbs out of his own skin and rudely begins attacking people. The dastardly Djinn urges the stupid king to use his last wish to fix things, but the sorcerer Zoroaster advises against it. He says that an army of these soul-sucking genies will be released on this world upon granting of the third wish, and whips out an heirloom. A fire opal forged during the opening credits is used to trap the Djinn inside, as our savior forgot to bring his lamp. We jump ahead 870 years without a single incident to a wealthy collector named Raymond supervising dock workers. He isn't very good as the drunk crane operator drops a crate on his assistant Ed, but more tragically shatters his artifact. As bystanders attend to the crushed man, a worker discovers the fire opal inside the statue and pockets it because why not? He pawns it for a few bucks and the opal gets brought to the auctioneer Nick, who doesn't care whose soul it contains and is just happy to accept the unique item. The gemologist is asked to appraise the mysterious stone, but Alex can't help giving it a little rub, releasing the genie from the metaphorical bottle. When viewing it under a microscope, she experiences visions of the Djinn, who doesn't reveal himself yet and just chills out inside his opal. Nick's just concerned about the value of this thing, so Alex takes it to Josh to run some spectral analysis, infrared something or other. If there's a little man inside, Josh will find him and gets left firmly in the friend zone by Alex to go play Coach Carter.
Shoot the ball.
It adds some layers to her character, I guess, while Josh collects data from the ticking time bomb and has some layers removed when it explodes. He's left mortally wounded while out crawls the newly freed Djinn in a feeble yet somehow even uglier form than before. It drags its disgusting self over to lie beside the crippled man in agony and tricks Josh into wishing for the pain to stop. The trick played is that Ginny grants this by killing Josh, but he was pretty messed up anyway, so let's just round that off as mercy. The juvenile then grows back into his final form that loses all of the fear it had just created when we witness it walking like this. He swipes the opal shards and waddles away before the police can arrive on the scene and inform Alex of the death. The corpse behind Lieutenant Nathanson was also a dead giveaway, so Alex feels guilty as she kinda primed the opal and fired it. She goes to her apartment with her sister Shannon and begins to experience psychic visions whenever the Djinn grants a wish. The first of his victims is some homeless man that he finds arguing with a pharmacist using the most creative insults on the street.
After birth of a Chinese gangbanger, bald-headed baboon.
He doesn't think about it and just tells the fellow bum that he wishes that man in the store would get cancer and die. The genie obliges and Big Pharma turns into shriveled salami, but I'm not sure what's the downside for the one who actually made the wish. He just runs away while Gingy monologues about eating everybody's souls, but the person he's telling this to is already long gone. The next day he enters an unguarded medical school and removes the face from one of the morgue cadavers with his fingernails. When a student enters, the Djinn uses his magic to seal his eyelids shut so that he doesn't see him take the identity of Nathaniel. Having nightmares about her dead friend, Alex goes into detective mode and finds out from the guy who stole the opal who owned it. She gets a meeting with Raymond, who's less torn up about the death of his assistant and more the loss of his precious statue that squished him. They visit his office where Ray shows off his collection of cool stuff, but Alex has a seizure when she begins to have more visions of the Djinn. When recovered, Raymond gives her the location of an expert in folklore and ancient mythology instead of a doctor. She visits Wendy, who explains that in all of the old writings, genies are grotesque evil creatures driven by endless malevolence. That contrasts nicely with our dapper Djinn looking smart in his new threads and politely holding a gate open for a police officer. He isn't so different from humans besides being able to pay for things with spontaneous cleavage cash and granting wishes. A store clerk is turned into a mannequin for requesting everlasting beauty before Ginny visits Nathanson, but he refuses to give the location of Alex. When he mentions how much he wishes he would like to catch this criminal dead to rights, the man swipes an officer's gun and goes on a shooting spree. The Djinn uses this time to learn Alex's work address while the shooter rips an officer's jaw from his head and won't even go down to bullets until his puppeteer leaves. Next, it's Nick's security guard to make a poor choice of words, but not at first, as he just wishes the stranger would leave him alone. Forced to walk away until the guard just has to get cheeky, he says that he would love to see him try to get through him. The Djinn obliges and turns him into whatever the hell this thing is that shatters as he passes through it. Nick's naturally suspicious of this weirdo but glazes over when he offers anything he could ever want in exchange for Alex's home address. The big thinker wishes for $1 million, leading to his mother taking out a life insurance policy and immediately dying in a plane crash. Alex continues to see all of these deaths and does her homework to learn that the Djinn grants wishes to gain human souls. Just a basic library book explains how the Djinn needs to grant the one who rubbed him out 3 wishes before he can open the gateway to his genie-filled dimension. Alex calls Nathanson to warn him, but the Djinn repairs the opal and uses it to suck out the souls of all those that he granted wishes. Even the bum gets it, and the Djinn calls Alex to tell her that she can have them all back for the small price of requesting 3 wishes. Unsure of what to do, Alex consults Wendy again, but after a long pointless conversation she's revealed to be the Djinn wearing her face. He seems to waste time a lot and threatens to have Alex's sister killed if she doesn't make her damn wishes already. She actually gets 4 wishes, but the first is wasted, telling him to blow his brains out, but that which is immortal cannot die or something like that. To try learn how to defeat him, Alex wishes to know the Djinn's identity but is just teleported into the fire opal domain. Atop his throne of despair, surrounded by the souls of his victims, Ginger sends some ugly bird-headed demon dog thing to chase the guest. The corridors are long and winding, and all the while the genie taunts Alex, so she wishes to be back inside her apartment to escape. It was a pointless trip, and finding a note from Shannon saying that she's going to Raymond's party, Alex rushes over to save her beloved sister. The Djinn continues to harass her every step of the way as he and his entire species anxiously wait for Alex to make her final wish. She requests the doorman Johnny to delay the stranger, but he's manipulated into wishing for an escape from his mundane life. He suddenly appears in a water tank that took Houdini over 2 minutes to escape from, but Johnny probably just drowns. Alex finds Shannon in the crowd and says that they have to leave, but Raymond makes a wish that his party be unforgettable. Revealing his true self, the Djinn kicks things off by causing a champagne glass to fuse with a woman who shatters into a million pieces. The statues come alive and begin killing guests, with more notable deaths being a man shredded by piano wires and the Human Torch. The genie doesn't want to kill Alex and just wants her, wishing she were dead, while Raymond on the other hand is completely vulnerable. He vomits up whatever the hell this thing is that reaches out and grabs Alex, but she cuts herself free with a piece of broken pottery. When security finally arrives, they're all slaughtered by various warrior statues and suits of armor from Raymond's collection. The Djinn corners Alex and forces her to make her final wish by trapping Shannon inside a burning painting. Not sure how long she'd been holding this one in store, but Alex wishes that crane operator hadn't been drinking 2 days ago. The wish is granted and the Djinn is forced back into the opal, as this undoes all of the events that follow the artifact being found. Alex even throws out a cold-blooded "you wish you never met me" line as the now sober crane operator lowers the box without problems. Ed avoids getting splatted and the statue is delivered to Raymond's collection without any problems, apart from a demon living inside it. Everyone is shown alive and well, while it only took Josh dying to make it out of the friend zone with Alex. And the movie ends.